With this method I came up with, I guarantee you that your credit score is going to boost up to the sky. This is actually one of the methods I give my people during my consultations. And from the results that I've been seeing, yo, it's valid. But enough talking. I'm gonna go ahead and give you the source right now. So with that being said, let's dive in. All right, guys, so I understand that there are a lot of people out there that's still trying to build or rebuild their credit in these trying times, and I know it's very hard. So I always try to give my viewers what they actually need to actually help themselves. Like I stated, I always give the people that I consult with this actual method itself because I know it's foolproof. How do I know? Because I actually used it myself. So with that being said, you're going to use Navy Federal and you're going to actually mix that with this trade line that I'm going to give you, and I promise you, you're going to see your scores go up. You can actually use any credit union, but I just recommend the Navy Federal. Why? They don't call it the House of High Limits for no reason. And they're bad credit friendly. When I had terrible credit, they're the only ones that gave me a chance. I know I explained that in my Navy Federal secured credit card video, but I just want to reiterate that. They're so bad credit friendly. They know how to help people that have bad credit. So if I were you, I would go with Navy Federal. If you don't have a Navy Federal account, then I need you to go ahead and do so. There are plenty of ways on how you can get into Navy Federal. If you have somebody in the military that's closest to you, or even in your family, that is perfect. You can call them up and let them know that you have somebody closest to you that's in the military. Or even if you are in the military, then you can actually get account. Let's just say you have no military ties. With that being said, there's still a backdoor method that you can actually use. And if you click on my Navy Federal video explaining how you can actually get into Navy Federal without any military ties, I'll actually go into deep depth regarding that so you can still become a member. There's still hope for you. All right, and the next thing I want you to do is actually call up the hotline, and I need you to actually get the secured credit card, the N Rewards card. Now, with secured credit cards, they are going to require a deposit. So with that being said, with the N Rewards card, the minimum deposit that you need is $250. Why do you need a deposit? Is because that is going to be your credit limit. So let's just say you put a deposit of $500 down. That is going to be your credit limit. They're going to hold on to that $500, and that is going to be your credit limit moving forward. You can't go over that. And so when you have that $500 credit limit, or whatever that you actually choose, you're going to use your N Rewards credit card like a debit card. Whatever that you have in your bank account, that is what you're actually going to use on your credit card. I understand you're thinking, well, I have a $500 credit limit, so I can use it whenever, wherever, however. But let's just say you only have $250 in your bank account. Then you don't need to go over $250. You see what I'm saying? Whenever that actual due date is due for that money, you better have everything up front. I don't need you leaving any type of balance on this rewards card. If you spent $500, you better pay it off, because that is going to supercharge your credit, I promise you. Next thing I need you to do is find out your due date. But hold on, it doesn't stop there. I need you to find your statement closing date. Now, usually statement closing dates are usually 3 days after the due date, but I know it kind of depends. Sometimes it's 5 days, so I know it depends. So with the statement closing date, that's the date that they actually report to the actual credit bureaus itself. So let's just say it's due on the 1st, and let's say your statement closing date is the 3rd. I need you to pay it off on the 1st and don't touch it until the 4th. Why? Because I don't need you tagging on anything else onto that credit until they report it to the credit bureaus. You getting what I'm saying? So with that being said, use it just like that. And with the card, I need you to rinse and repeat month after month after month. You're creating positive history and thickening your credit profile, explaining and detailing on your credit file that you can actually pay things on time and everything is in what? Great standing. So just with a secured credit card, you are already supercharging your credit report. And I ain't even get to the trade line yet. I'm going to turn your bills into a credit booster. So the next actual trade line that I'm going to give you right now is Stellarfi. I know I've already talked about this trade line, but you guys really don't understand how much a game changer Stellarfi is. They turn your bills into a credit booster, people. If you have Netflix, Hulu, your light bill, rent, even more, they're going to change that and turn it into a high tier credit booster. So with the secured card and Stellify, with all of your bills, you are actually supercharging your credit profile to the max. Now, Stellify does have different tiers, but I'm not gonna go over the tiers right now because I already have. I'm gonna tell you what you need to get. And of course, this isn't financial advice. This is just for educational purposes only, but I'm just saying. I suggest that you get the Prime membership. And I know you're wondering, why in the world do I need the Prime membership? They have something way cheaper than that. The reason why is because it's going to thicken your credit profile as well as supercharge it. And on this channel, I always talk about thick credit profiles, not just your credit score. All right. So when you add in all of your bills onto Stellify, they're going to give you a $25,000 trade line added to your credit report. So it's not only going to see on your credit report you have positive history coming from a credit card, because it's not going to say secured card on your actual credit profile. It's going to say credit card in great standing month after month after month. And then on this side, you have a $25,000 trade line posting on your credit profile. So now you have two things coinciding into one. So even if you wanted to go to a different institution or even go back to Navy Federal and get another product such as their loans or anything like that, you're actually going to get approved for an even higher amount because you have $25,000 posting on your credit profile. Do you see where I'm getting with this? So you're not only going to supercharge it, you're actually going to get approved for even better products at that. You're not going to still get subprime lending or things like that. You're going to get something that's $10,000, $15,000, $20,000, or even higher, especially with the house of high limits. So if you add this secured powerhouse of a credit card like the N Rewards and then add a $25,000 trade line to your credit report, you are not only going to be boosting your credit report, but you're going to be adding way more value. I want to thank you guys for stopping by. Now go add this method to your credit report, all right? I guarantee it's foolproof if you follow it step by step. If my supporters and subscribers are doing it, I know you can do it, all right? And until next time.